Okay, Hani Bojo Kinuia, Noden Indigenous, Wakwamekong, Minoan Swakamak and Donjiba, Anishinaabe King and Donji, Namedo Dam, Anishinaabe and Dao, Kinomagan, Minowash, Kabewis, and Dao. Hello everyone, my name is Josh Lewis. My spirit name is Noden, which means wind. I'm from Wakwamekong First Nation, but I grew up in Sudbury, Ontario, in Ojibwe territory, and I live here now on unceded, unsurrendered Algonquin territory. I'm Anishinaabe, and I work with the Ottawa Carleton District School Board as an Indigenous Student Support Coordinator, and I've been doing this role for the past few years. I've been sharing these videos every Monday as part of a virtual way of connecting with everyone during this time of COVID. And the last few weeks I talked about different things, and this week I wanted to share a part 2 to my last video about Orange Shirt Day, which is coming up on Wednesday. And the last time I shared with you, I talked a bit about how I came to learn how residential schools impacted my family, but I wanted to share a bit more about that today, and then also share a song with you at the very end. So again, for me, throughout university, I studied Indigenous studies, and that's where I started asking those questions to my family about, what happened at these residential schools. And so I learned that, as far back as my great-grandmother, she attended these schools for a short time. Some of my great aunties and great uncles also went to these schools. And I thought that's kind of where it stopped, I guess, or where it kind of ended. But in the last few years, I've also found out that my grandmother, my Nokomis, she went to what is called an Indian day school. And so for many years of her life, she was forced to learn Christianity and English language and all these things that were not part of her Anishinaabe roots. And, it had an impact on her throughout her life. And that's what that residential school system was meant to do, was to take away from our people and kind of remove language and identity from us. And it's like there's a quote, quote unquote, to kill the Indian in the child. And so, again, that happened to my Nokomis, who I'm very close with. Although she did go to these schools, I'm very proud to say that, she still speaks her language today. And she's actually a language teacher. And she teaches me a lot about reconnecting to Anishinaabe Moine language. So the more I learn about my Anishinaabe roots, the more I learn about the hard stuff as well, and the truth that comes with it. So within the last couple of years, I've also learned that my mother went to what is called Indian day school, the same thing that my grandmother went to. And so even my mother at a young age experienced the traumas of residential school. And so I guess for myself as a young man, these are all the things that, have impacted my life. And intergenerational trauma has kind of come into my life when I was a bit younger. And I'm very proud today to learn my culture more and to share it and to put it out to the world, so young people can feel a sense of pride in who they are. And so I just wanted to share a bit of that vulnerable story with you today, just to let you know how close that story is to us. These schools, are within our lifetime. Within a few generations, a lot has changed. But I'm very proud today to reconnect to my language and my way of being. I'm very fortunate for that. I also wanted to give a quick shout out to a friend of mine, Amanda Fox, who's from Wakwamekong, and she created this orange shirt beaded little pin here. So on Wednesday, I'm gonna rock that because I don't have an orange shirt that's big enough. But the next thing I wanted to share was this story. So for any teachers or parents that are interested in learning more about our stories, before contact, there's a lot out there. And one of them is this one called Sholi, The Early Years. And it's written by Dr. Shirley Williams Pheasant. And so that's actually my great auntie Shirley. And, she's also a language teacher and a ceremonial person as well. And she shares about her story in that book, about what they experienced as a young person, and then also They talk a bit about what life was like before colonization, impacted her family and things like that. So you can check that out at goodminds.com. If you're interested in looking for different books, for your classroom or even for your home, goodminds.com, and you can find that book surely, as well as other ones. And I found a lot of great truth within that book myself about my family, which is great. The next thing that I wanted to share was I wanted to share a song with you guys to kind of end off this video. And so the cool thing about this song is that it's all in Anishinaabe. And it's a song that I've kind of heard as the creation song. And it was composed by an Ojibwe knowledge keeper by the name of Neil Meneg. And I've heard this song in different communities. So I think that's really powerful when those songs are shared like that. And I think about the residential school system when I sing this song, because I know that, it was the intent of those schools for someone like myself to not understand their language, or to not even be connected to it in any way. But when I sing this song, I know that there's that connection and that my ancestors can hear me. So within this song, I'm going to mention different parts of creation. I'm going to mention the land, I'm going to mention the sun, the moon, the stars, the animals, the plant life, and everything else that's part of that. And so when we talk about indigeneity and having indigenous roots, it also is about all that as well, being connected to our lands, being connected to our languages. And so it's all interconnected in that way. So this song is for all of you today. And again, Orange Shirt Day is a tough day. I know that, I've experienced that, and I've heard stories from young people. And so I just want you to know to keep going in a good way, to take that time to think about your ancestors and your family, and just, keep walking in a good way. I appreciate all of you for watching this video. And again, I'm just going to share this song. Chimigwech, thank you very much. Okay. Shamane toho, kikanona, namosea, kikanona, shamane do, hey, oh. No kumesna, kikanona, namosea, kikanona, no kumesna, hey, oh. Missiones, kikanona, namosea, kikanona, missiones, hey, oh. Skagmokwe, kikanona, namosea, kikanona, skagmokwe, hey, oh. Zaki gen, kikanona, namosea, kikanona, zaki gen, hey, oh. Wesia, kikanona, namosea, kikanona, wesia, hey, oh. Nanguka, kikanona, namosea, kikanona, nanguka, hey, oh. So Chimmy miigwech for watching this video, and I hope that you have a great week, and I'll be back next week with a new video. And yeah, miigwech, stay safe, and take care. Okay, bamapi.